The Times of India, Thursday, 26th August 2021. An Epiphany of Ideas. Today's Child, Tomorrow's Star. By Dharmendra Pradhan, Union Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. The education system in the country is evolving at a substantial pace. With a reboot of this system through the National Education Policy 2020, the NEP, the government has instituted a series of far-reaching reforms to achieve a paradigm shift from traditional learning towards flexible, equitable, and inclusive education. NEP is a document that will reshape India's destiny both in terms of internal resilience and enhanced resources and its standing in the world. It is a guiding philosophy, a sacred text, if you will, for the Modi government, a tool to transform the hopes and aspirations of millions of youth into reality. Building on the principles of quality, equity, access, and affordability. NEP creates a knowledge economy through multiple pathways of linguistic proficiency with a three-language policy to enable use of the mother tongue or local language or regional language as the medium of instruction. The government has also taken a big step by allowing institutes to impart technical education in the mother tongue or regional language from the current academic year, so that language does not become a stumbling block for talent. 14 engineering colleges of 8 states will impart education in 5 Indian languages: Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, and Bangla. NEP promotes integration of vocational education programs into mainstream education. It foresees a bold new future in vocational education for skilling the future generation. Towards this, skill labs will be set up in schools in a hub-and-spoke model which will allow other schools to use the facility. Secondary schools will collaborate with ITIs, polytechnics, local industry, etc. Across the globe, classroom teaching is pursued in a range of regional languages, be it in France, Germany, Russia, or China, which has over 300 languages and dialects, with 8 of them being major ones. Also, studies around the world have shown that children are able to learn multiple languages if they are taught from an early age. One can actively promote regional languages without compromising knowledge of the English language, which can be taught as a subject. It is important to remember that English is one of the many skills which one can equip children with for them to fully participate in and experience the world. NEP equates quality education with making learning fun and prepares a child for formal school through the new 5+3+3+4 system. The idea of play schools till date had been largely confined to the middle or upper classes in cities who can afford private schools. The rigid classifications between skilling and schooling, academic, curricular and extracurricular, humanities and the sciences have been broken, thus fostering multidisciplinarity, conceptual understanding, and critical thinking. This also unleashes the potential for creative combinations, for instance, of math with painting. To counter the numerous pressure points that a student's life has come to acquire, a holistic progress card instead of a mark sheet will be provided at the end of the session, which will assess aptitude, vis-a-vis skills, efficiency, competency, and other talents. Every high school child will undergo vocational education that will start from grade 6 and include internships. There will be multiple entry and exit options for an undergraduate and postgraduate student, with appropriate certification for each exit point. A digital infrastructure for school education that will function independently but interoperably called NDIA, which is a set of principles, standards, and guidelines, has been created. This will energize the digital education ecosystem and is indispensable to the reformative changes envisioned by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. For the higher education sector, an academic bank of credit, ABC for short, will facilitate digital storage of all academic credits earned from different higher education institutions, HEIs, including for vocational and academic training. Grades accumulated if the student has exited the system at some point, and other such unique situations so that these can be transferred into a final degree form. Crucially, this will help twinning arrangements with foreign universities as envisaged under NEP for students to complete a semester in a partner foreign institute. Also, HEIs across the country, barring legal and medical institutions, will have a single regulator called the Higher Education Council of India, HECI for short. This will ensure a light but tight regulatory framework. The threads tying all these initiatives together will be the special emphasis on the socially and economically disadvantaged groups, setting up of a gender inclusion fund, special education zones for disadvantaged regions and groups, while states will be encouraged to establish Bal Bhavans and daytime boarding schools. The PM envisions that NEP will nurture the highest potential of the child by breaking unproductive silos. This policy has come after one of the largest consultation processes in the history of education systems globally, and it reflects the resolve and vision of our leadership to situate India at the top of the knowledge economy. As we celebrate Amrut Mahotsav, or 75 years of India's independence, NEP will teach children who today fall between the age of 5 to 15 years and who will be in the peak productive age of between 30 to 40 when India hits the mark of 100 years of independence, or Azadi 100. It is my privilege that I have been given a part in this process of creating a workforce who will be the flag bearers of a global community based on scientific thought, critical thinking, and humanism. Thank you for listening to the read aloud of this Times of India article by Dharmendra Pradhan, India's Union Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Do share your thoughts on this interesting read in the comment section below.